What's going on, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome back to yet again another post-commentary duel video. So in this video we have, as you already saw by the title, Atlantean Mermail piloted by me and my friend, mixing it up a little bit, playing some Kaiju. Not Gradle Kaiju, I'm pretty sure just pure Kaiju with all the new support. Slumber, as we know, being a very, very broken card. I knew what he was playing when we started the match, so obviously I wanted to play smart. Obviously, I opened up the anti-spell fragrance. I think at this point in time, I was only maining one. Currently, I'm not playing any. After playing for some time, I just don't like it in the main deck. There was just too many coincidences where I would open up, or I would draw an instant fusion the turn after I flipped it, and that would just always happen. And it just kept getting. I was annoyed of that happening, so I finally cut it down to one, and now I'm playing 2 Sphere, and the build is a little bit different. As you'll see, my Neptibus just getting a warning there. But the thing I usually like to do is play no monsters at all, pretty much for the first maybe turn or two, because I know they really can't function unless you do something. The deck basically evolves around what you do and how much it can play. You know, the field spell, you know, anytime something is sent to the graveyard, it gets a counter. And that basically fuels you for searches and activating Kaiju monster effects. Some remove counters up to 2 or 3, and they all have varying effects, like the Star Destroying Kaiju and the several of the new ones that were just released. He does not Manko the Marksman. He Mankos on the Dragoons, probably just saving for damage, disregarding the effect. I'll have to go into Honor Arc to steal the Speed Ride Manko, leaving an attack position on me. Still special summoned. I'll get that search anyways. I guess the most important thing for him is that the battle phase ended, and he does not have to worry about getting OTK while I continue to do my plays. I'm fueling his field spell there. And I set Chalice, which is no problem. You know, no problem there with the synergies of anti-spell fragments, but the Mizuki, that's still kind of a problem. But I guess it doesn't matter, because if I'm trying to negate a spell, I really wouldn't have to worry about it while anti-spell fragrance is on the field. And that was one of the original ideas that I wasn't too worried about conflicting, because anti-spell is still getting the job done. As you can see, he's got 4 set cards on his side of the field. He's only been able to play a Terraforming and a Solemn Warning this game, as well as his field spell. But now that I have things on my field, he's going to be able to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Once again, tributing away that Honor Arc, detaching that Speedrun Manko, putting it back to his graveyard, and since he controls a Kaiju, he'll be able to special summon, I think, the new Lightning Kaiju. Basically, you can remove 3 counters like he did there, and it can attack every monster your opponent controls. And at 3,300 attack, it can get pretty dicey. Definitely one of the better ones. I don't think the War Doragon one that has like the question mark for the attack, I don't think he's playing that one. I think the only new one that he's playing is just that one, and maybe 1 or 2, 3 copies. I'm not sure. Maybe we can get a deck profile for you guys sometime soon, but nowhere like in the near future. Be maybe a week or a little over a week from now. But I have no option other than to crash my Lind to get lead on board, and then use my Sphere to get out another Megalo and go into Big Eye. Now, I should have known that he would have had the remove brainwashing. Wasn't expecting it, to be completely honest. Basically what remove brainwashing does, all monsters return to their original owner, so I would go to steal it, and then it would go right back to his side of the field. But this kind of hinders him a little bit in the fact that he can no longer tribute any of my things, because they'll just return his side of the field, and only 1 Kaiju can exist on your field at a time. So you wouldn't be able to do that in the first place, but no problem just beating over the Big Eye in the first place. Now I'm kind of in a tough position. Forbidden Chalice set, not going to do too much. Instant Fusion that I can't activate. Like I said, that was one of the prime examples of me opening Instant Fusion, or drawing into it at least, while Anti-Spell Fragments is on the board, and that's why I, to this point, am no longer playing it in the main deck. I'm still citing 3 copies. So we are in game 2. He's going to be going first, set up his field, activating his field spell, and passing, it looks like. And I'm going to go Megalo and discard 2 infantries. Now, anytime a card is sent to the graveyard, the waterfront card will gain a counter, and if it would be destroyed, it simply just removes one. So the way the chains, I think, would work, Megalo being 3, then 2, 1 following for the infantries. And then once they hit the grave, it would gain its counters, and once their effects activate, the counters would already be there, and they would be removed as such each time one of the infantries attempts to destroy it. At least that's how we went with it. That could have been completely wrong, but I'm sure somebody will gladly tell me in the comments if it was played incorrectly. So you'll see on Slumber, I'm going to chain, obviously do the right thing and chain the sphere. I'll chain Maxi to it as well so I can at least get a draw off of it, and I'll summon out lead off that to give myself some board presence to get my Lind out of the deck and get some use out of it. And yeah, like I said earlier, I was thinking about playing 2 Sphere eventually, and possibly playing 2 Lind. I've actually been really liking Mermails lately in the utility with lead and Gund. I found myself using those cards more and more just to spit out bigger level 7 water monsters and go into rank 7 plays. So I might start experimenting with playing maybe 2 Lind, maybe 2 Gund, or a second Pike or Turge. Probably wouldn't play a second Turge, to be honest. Probably would play a second Pike over anything, or just a second Gund in general, just because I don't feel like I see that card enough, and it's just really good. But he will attack over his own Kaiju, leaving my lead there, which is nice, I guess. We'll open up with Neptibus, start things off, sending Dragoons. At this point in the game, I haven't seen a single copy of Dragoons. So that was really, really weird to be this late in a game and, not turn 1 when I mean late, as far as Atlanteans are worried. Being able to have this, mid to late game opportunity to be able to have access Dragoons, not through Instant Fusion and through Neptibus, is really, really nice. Now, Star Destroying Kaiju does have the effect where anytime a thing targets something anywhere, it can negate it by removing like 2 or 3 counters. Obviously not going to go for the Norden. He could have if he wanted to. I make Honor Arc to bait it out. I do have a set Forbidden Chalice. When he removes the counters for cost, I'll go ahead and negate the effect and still steal his Kaiju regardless of how many counters he can move for the effect. So I'll be able to bypass that, no problem. Going to gain more counters here. We'll see a Teus come down. The effects are pouring through. Just going to grab a Gund and a Deep Sea Diva set up for next turn. Gun's going to be setting up a whole bunch of plays. Now I need to clear up room at this point because I do have a Megalo play where I can discard Gun and at least another Megalo. So I get rid of the Teus with lead, distributing a face-up attack position Mermail monster. Teus will qualify quite well for that and would knock a card out of his hand, be a Gamma Seal. And double Megalo, tribute away the Neptibus off one of the Megalos, summon out a Dragoons, and we'll swing him for game main phase 2. If need be, we can go into Gaios and etc. with the Mizuchi equip card. Game 3, I think he ends up going first, or I end up going first, and I just passed. I think that might have been what happened. Just so I can at least try to go for the OTK, analyzing my first turn hand. I think, I can do this, I can OTK. So all I need to worry about is getting the card out of his hand that's going to stop my OTK. Now I know at this point he played Swordsman of Revealing Light, which is a level 8 light monster that kind of acts like Speed Ride Menko. But the utility, I guess, in his deck, you could argue, is that the fact that you can use it to make a rank 8 using it and another Kaiju, because a lot of the Kaijus are level 8 monsters. So I think one of the games may or may not be this one. He ended up making a number 38 Titanic Galaxy with the thing, and it was actually really interesting to see him have that utility. So I get lead on board as fast as I can. I don't think I have access to Mulan at this point. I'm hoping I hit the Swordsman, and bang, there we go, we hit it. And he's already picking the cards up because it's already game over at this point. I could grab Mulan, I go grab it right there, and I think if I would have just synchroed for a Tatsunoko or whatever, I think I would have had enough fodder for it. But it doesn't even matter, I hit the card out of his hand anyways. And having well over 8,000 damage on the field, we'll be able to put him to 0 right away there in game 3. So that's going to be it for this video. Atlantean Mermails will take the victory 2-1 over Pure Kaiju. Very interesting deck. I think it's definitely a very utilized or reliable deck, I should say. I think it has a lot of potential, especially being able to harness fully the power of Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. I think that card is just amazing. And as we know, in the game right now, Kaijus are being sided against various decks to get rid of problem cards. And obviously, when you're playing Kaiju, you have that utility at your hand, game 1 to game 3, because obviously that's what you're playing. And I think it's just a great deck to play. And it's relatively budget friendly. It's very cheap to pick up. And I think it is definitely a very good deck. As you can see, it can go toe-to-toe with some of the better decks. And, you know, I think it just goes to show that people are siding engines of Kaiju. Some decks are maining Interrupted Slumber engines with maybe 1 or 2 other Kaijus, just as an awesome board wipe to give yourself an automatic advantage by giving yourself a higher attack Kaiju than them, obviously. And then the Waterfront that searches, the Interrupted Slumber searches Engrave. I think it's a great deck, and I think it definitely has potential in the future. Who knows, maybe we'll see some top Kaiju decks coming out of some YCSs and regionals. Who knows? But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And one thing I wanted to address before the video ends here is I'm trying to make some more changes to these duel videos, because they've been kind of the same for a little while. You notice the thumbnail was a little bit different. I'm trying to make these a little more high quality than usual, than just slapping some commentary over it. You know, that's why we added the intro screen, and this I had the game 1, 2, 3 text at the bottom. I was thinking about adding face cam, like green screened out behind me, like I did in the past for some like discussion videos and the featured archetype videos. So if that would be something you guys would want to see if you'd like it, like a face cam in the video, I originally thought like, man, I kind of don't want to do that because it might take away from the video too much from the actual duel that's going on. I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions for the way the videos are formatted as is, please let me know. I'm open to suggestions as well, because I'm very always looking to increase the quality here, especially since we're about to hit 2,000 subs, and you know, continuing to pride myself in making real life duel videos and deck profiles. I know there's several channels out there that have a lot more subscribers than me that do the online stuff, and I know a lot of you guys don't like online stuff. That's why I'm so glad that I do in real life stuff, and I really want to make it as best as I can make it for you guys to watch. So yeah, let me know if you stuck around this far and you were able to hear my whole spiel, and let me know what you think. I really do appreciate it, guys. Almost at 2,000 subscribers. Really, thank you so much. I will be making a 2,000 subscriber video. I've kind of got an idea in my head of what it's going to be. It's going to be kind of interesting. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave it like you did, and as always, a winner kills. Signing out. We'll see you in the next one.